What's going on YouTube? Bryce Crispy94 here, bringing you another miniature painting video. And what I have for you today are some pretty sick orcs. Oh wow, did not adjust my camera right. My apologies, should have done that before I started filming. Here they are. So this guy right here, really awesome looking. This is from the Lion's Tower over on My Mini Factory. This was a free model I picked up a while ago. Printed it up all nice. It's really sick looking orc. Super excited to paint him. Then the other four here, these are from, I just had it pulled up and I already forgot, Albino Raven Mini. It was a part of a Humble Bundle deal that I picked up a while ago. Just got around to printing the orcs off because I'm in need of some orcs. So I was like, okay, nice little orc warband here. All distinct personalities. This is the heavy orc, I think. I don't know. He's nice armored orc with a big old butcher. Definitely kind of a dumb brute look. This is your veteran orc, which I like because he is decked out in some bone armor with those big old swords. And I like the kind of almost primal tribal cape as compared to this guy, which I believe is called the Orc King. Whereas he is in that kind of skull armor, big old axe, the traditional cape. Very cool model. And then this is the Berserker Orc. Obviously kind of, you know, the grunt. He's got his chains on him, no shirt, just running into battle, crazy beard. Gonna be super fun to paint. So, with these guys, I'm not going to go over how I'm going to paint them because I'm not sure yet. But I did go ahead, prime them gray, give them a nice dry brush. And then, yeah, we're just going to kind of go from there, and I'll explain at the end of the video how I painted them. Because I want to do different things with their complexions. I don't just want straight gray or straight green. I want a green one, a gray one, a grayish green one, a brownish green one, you know, just kind of play with it, have fun, show that orcs skin color varies. So I'll be using a mixture of, you know, speed paints, my army painters, my Vallejos, pretty much every paint I got to get these guys done. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Yeah, let's get to painting. And we are back. The orc army is finished, and man, do I love this army. I'm like really having a hard time figuring out which one's my favorite. But before I show them off, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button to let me know you like the video. Leave a comment to let me know what you want to see in the future, and subscribe if you're not already, because like, why not? You'll see all these videos when they go up, and all my other videos. So yeah, do that. But anyway, oh, there was a piece of hair that just went like flying by my camera. ADD moment there. Here they are. No, I'm just gonna stick them on base here. So this is the armored orc, I believe is what this was called. And oh, I'm such a horrible person. I'm already blanking on who these were from Humble Bundle. 1 second so I can get this information correctly. Okay, we're back. I know it wasn't like super long for you guys, but it was a little bit for me. Anyway, I got 4 of the 5 of these orcs from Albino Raven Mini. This is the orc I did not get from Albino Raven Mini. This is from the Lion's Tower over on my mini factory. So, let's talk a little bit about this guy. This was definitely one of the easier ones to paint because it was mostly, you know, solid metallic. But I think I was able to breathe a lot of life into it with the dry brushing of the dry rust that I used, as well as the shadow wash. So what I ended up doing for each of the orc skins is I took Army Painter Orc Skin, aka Army Painter Ash Gray, and for this guy, he's just straight up orc skin. The rest of them were all orcs, 2 drops of orc skin mixed with a drop of the other color, which I'll go over when we get to them. And then I'm going to go over the other colors with this guy. So the pants of the models were all done in Army Painter Dirt Splatter. The darker leathers, like the boots and the straps and the belts, were done in Reaper's Woodstained Brown. All the metals except for 1 metal, and I'll get to that when we get to that figure, was done in Vallejo Gunmetal because it has become my favorite metallic. All the handles of the weapons were done in Reaper's Shield Brown. Any type of bone material was done with Army Painter Skeleton Bone. The ropes holding some of the bones together were done with Brain Matter Beige. I think the furs, anything fur related, Army Painter Dark Wood. Some of the leathers, like the loincloth part on this guy, were done with the hardened leather. Orc hair was done with Grim Black speed paint. Silver Dragon is what I used to do the chainmail on this guy, and then I hit it with Army Painter Speed Paint's Sand Golem. Okay, so now that all the colors are out of the way, oh, except for Slaughter Red, which was done to do the cape, and the red, and actually the tongue on the Berserker Orc. Let's get back to this guy. So, oh, and then I used Battlefield Tough, Woodland Tufts, and just Battlefield, Brown Battlefield, Brown Battleground, sorry. For the basing. Definitely still one of my favorite figures, even though he's more basic. Actually, the basicness of him is what makes him one of my favorites. I think the armor turned out super fantastic. I was a little scared because I did the dry brushing of the rust first, and then I did the wash, and I don't know, I think that gave it more of a tainted look. It doesn't look rusty anymore, but it looks tainted, like I don't know. I really enjoy the look that it ended up getting. So take him out of this, and we'll go ahead and throw this one in. This is the one from Lion's Tower, but I thought he fit in pretty well with this group. He's definitely one of my favorite designs. I love that big old butcher sword that he's got, the skulls all wrapped up. And then his axe. There's some of the hardened leather speed paint showing through. And then again, for his skulls, I did the Slaughter Red speed paint. Skeleton bone was all hit with Army Painter's brown wash, because that combination is my favorite thing. I think it's the easiest way to get that aged bone look. Trying to think, I had an issue with this figure, but I can't remember what it was now. Blanking. I did hit the sword and the axe with the rust. You can really see the rust right through there, and I like that because it's like, is it rust? Is it dried blood? You don't know. I did hit his shoulder pad as well as that part of the metal with the and his belt with the shadow wash, just to kind of make the metal a little different. I enjoyed the fact that like this kind of. Anyway, this sleeve is different from that one. You know, he's kind of cuffed together. Same with his boots. His boots are actually two different boots, because, you know, it makes them very barbarian feeling, and that's what this guy really reminds me of. He's straight up orc barbarian. Then we go to the leader, and I love his armor. I love how it turned out. That was the gunmetal with a heavy shadow wash, as well as a grim black to go over the skull piece. Oh, I don't have it out anymore. I don't see it either, and I can't. Oh, nope, here it is. It was hidden behind my water jug. Evil Chrome from Army Painter is actually what he did his crown in. Originally, I was going to paint these bits in the metal, but I decided that having more of like the bone armor sticking out made him feel more at home with the rest of the group. Like, yeah, he's the most heavily armed. Maybe this guy might be a little more heavily armed, but it's still going to show that he is a little still kind of tribal. I originally started doing this one in the bone. I'm like, no, that one's just, you can clearly tell that's meant to be metal. I had a little blemish down here that I just didn't like, so I covered it up with a giant piece. I actually did that on the next one we're going to look at too. Oh, one thing I do want to kind of complain about, and I forgot to on this. Awesome shield. Love this shield. I don't like that there's no straps. And so, similar to this, I love this kind of tribal marking on the axe, and it's gone. It's like the detailing just kind of disappeared for whatever reason. Oh, and I forgot to talk about skin tones. So let me run back to this one real quick. So this was the 2 drops of the ash gray mixed with 2 drops of lich skin, aka castle gray, or 1 drop of castle gray. And then our more greener color here was 2 drops of the ash gray mixed with 1 drop of troll skin, aka what was this? Angel green. That's right, because I don't know why that's angel green, but yeah. Still turned out pretty well. I like that color a lot. It's a little bit more in line with your traditional orc skin, I feel. Whereas this is definitely more D&D skin, those other two. So then we'll go on to the veteran, which it's close to being my favorite. I gave him sort of that aged chainmail armor, kind of gold, kind of showing that maybe, you know, he used to be the leader, but not so much anymore. I like the ram or the bull skull that he's got chilling on his waist. I really like his blades, gave them a little bit of a rusted look. The bone armor all around him with his more like, you know, caveman like fur cape. Standing in a bush because I screwed up his foot a little bit when I was putting on the brown on the base. But whatever. Yeah, I love the horns. Now you can see he is more blue, and that's because I used Earthreal Blue, aka Wolf Gray, in the mix, and it gave that kind of bluish gray skin. And the reason I did the blue, originally I was going to use Dungeon Stone here to make another gray one, and then I was like, let's use this Earthworld Blue because I got a mini a while ago. And I think it was from Multiverse, Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse, Icons of the Realms. And the orc was very blue. And I was like, I kind of like that. I like that kind of blue skin. I like that they're not just straight gray or green. And that's really what I wanted to do with this army. I really wanted to show off like a range of different orc skin tones. Here we have the Berserker the Berserker Orc, which is my girlfriend's favorite. She likes it because she says it reminds her of Grog. I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see it. He's got the huge bushy beard, which was done in the Grim Black, as well as like the hair kind of shaved and slicked back. He had his tongue just hang. It took me a while to like realize, oh, that's his tongue hanging out. So I hit that with the Slaughter Red. As far as he goes, though, I mean, he is mostly just the green. And I think he's a good combination, like almost, you know, like a mix of this. He's almost a bluish green, which I thought was kind of weird considering I used Feywild Emerald, aka Greenskin, which somehow just feels like a slur against orcs to me. And I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but I don't think it's meant to be. I like his axes, and I definitely like that his axes are two completely different axes, which this axe here is actually just a smaller version of this axe. But still, I like that. It's like, it's very barbarian feeling again. He has this hatch, some similar weight, similar look. Screw it. They're wild. The no shirt. I thought about giving him some scarring, but these are just, you know, tabletop ready, and that's what I like to go with. So yeah, that is my orc army. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun painting it. Probably won't do any more, or I don't want to say any more, but probably won't do a lot of the no idea what I'm actually going into with the paints and just going at it again. I do like to have that planned out, so if you do like me explaining the paints before I actually start painting, that's the norm here. This was abnormal. It's also a 5-figure that I didn't just speed paint, so that's new. I mean, I did use some speed paints, but I kind of like the half slap chop, half normal paint method though, especially because, you know, this cape looks fantastic to me. And that was literally just gray, dry brushed white, speed paint. So I do like that method. Same with like the beard. I like, you know, some stuff. Oh, and his cape was actually turned out really well in my opinion too. Some stuff I love speed paint for. Other stuff like the skin tones and some of the browns, because I only have, you know, the original mega set for speed paint. So I have these two browns. And I can mix them, I guess, in different ways, but I haven't had a lot of luck with mixing speed paints. But I'm rambling. This is like 13 minutes ending. So if you stuck around this far, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.